Hi, I'm Markus Bachelor, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a third-generation Washingtonian born and raised in Congress Heights. I was born in our city's only public hospital and went to our city's public schools, Martin Luther King Elementary, Hardy Middle School, and Thurgood Marshall Academy. My grandfather was a grocery store worker, my dad was a postal worker, and my mom served as an early childhood care provider and as a home health aide. It's why I worked as a trainer at the Marion Barry Youth Leadership Institute, mentoring teens on college readiness, employability skills, and active citizenship in our community. It's why I served my neighbors in Congress Heights and Washington Highlands on the Advisory Neighborhood Commission. But I'm an organizer at heart. It's why I've worked every single day, not just to push for that progress here in DC, but across the country. I got my start in activism, working to make DC the 51st state, went on to serve as president of the Ward 8 Democrats and national committee man for the DC Young Democrats, and currently work at People for the American Way's Young Elected Officials Network, working to support 1,300 young progressives across the country lead progressive change in their local communities as well. I got into public service because I believe that the folks with the right experience and the right perspective at the table could fundamentally change things for those folks left furthest behind. But we have a government that's working for some of us and not for everyone. And quite frankly, good for some isn't good enough. We deserve a DC where all of our residents live in communities ripe with opportunity and free from gun violence, whether you live in Friendship Heights or Congress Heights. We deserve a DC where your health outcomes aren't determined by the amount of money in your bank account or by the color of your skin. We deserve a DC where the cost of rent and putting food on the table shouldn't far outpace the income that families are bringing in at the end of every pay period. We deserve a DC where every student has an opportunity to gain access to a quality education, no matter their zip code. I'm running for DC Council at large because I believe we can build that DC together. And I believe that I'm a proven leader who DC residents can trust to get things done. I'll work to build a stronger and fairer economy where we support our homegrown small businesses and work harder to make sure more of our residents have access to living wage work. I'll work to expand security for a growing middle class where all of our residents can work a job, raise a family, and live affordably all at the same time. And I'll support efforts to raise the economic floor for our poorest residents through education and job training and through a guaranteed income. I'll fight to ensure that every school in our city gets the resources it needs to provide for the students left furthest behind, to raise their quality of education and quality of life, especially in the wake of COVID-19. And I'll make sure that DC becomes one of the first in the nation to provide universal, affordable child care for every DC family who needs it. And I'll work to tackle our housing crisis and end chronic homelessness in the district once and for all by expanding the production of truly affordable housing across income levels and lessening the burden of property taxes on long-term residents, our seniors, and those on fixed incomes. I'll fight for a community-driven and public health approach to combating gun violence, and I'll be a regional and national leader to stop the flow of illegal guns onto our streets. I know firsthand the challenges working families face in our city because I've lived them. And like I've been throughout my career in public service, I'll be an ethical leader, both rooted in and responsive to our communities. I truly believe that together we can build a DC that works for everyone. If you believe in that hope and that bold vision for DC's future, join us at markusfordc.com and vote by mail or in person on or before November 3rd. I'm Markus Bachelor, candidate for DC Council at Large, and I approve this message.